and the music, it makes me dance. Doing my vlog thing, here's my chance. Oh, uh, yeah, come on, yeah, uh. One time I got slapped so hard I slid down the stairs and my shoes fell off. Shout to Jerky Boys. I think that was a joke from Jerky Boys back in the days, if y'all don't know about Jerky Boys. But shout to youngster Alex too. We still call him youngster. He's a full grown man now, but youngster Alex, shouts to them. And they used to say that stuff all the time. I don't know if y'all ever remembered Jerky Boys, but Jerky Boys was out of control with prank calls, and they inspired shows like Crank Yankers and all kinds of stuff like that. Inspired, I even think they inspired, I don't know who inspired who, the Simpsons inspired them, or they inspired the Simpsons with Bart or whatever. But yeah, them dudes were off the hook and ahead of their time with all the improv wordplay and how they would mess with people, or having characters and all that stuff, kind of like sketch comedy on the fly stuff, except for it was on the phone a lot of the time. So that was one of them too. Dude said, I got slapped so hard I slid down the stairs and my shoes fell off, which is just some of the ridiculousness that goes through my brain. What up, everybody? It's King A.D.S. I'm back up in here with another vlog, video, talk thing, having a conversation, touching bases with you, whichever way that we gonna make it through. Let's make it do what it do. Back with more topics. Hopefully I can spark up some, or add some positivity or some energy to your day, or spark a topic of conversation or whatever, what I'm saying, help you pass the time, whichever way it goes. I'm a music guy. I'm out here in the Inland Empire in Southern California, first and foremost. Yep. And like I just said, I'm a music guy, and check out everything I work with, hip hop, rock, electronica, different stuff like that. Definitely appreciate everyone and anyone and everyone along for the ride. Well, I don't know about just anyone, but the people who check me out are the best. You are special to me. It's so precious, so precious. And so let's keep doing this together, you know what I mean, and have some fun at the same time. And also off top, big shouts to Kendrick Lamar. Congratulations, is now the most awarded, or at least with the Grammys. I'm not sure all the way around, but I did make a blanket statement on Twitter. Like I typed, I said, he's the most decorated rapper of all times, which is most likely true. So you know what, big hats off, you know what I'm saying, big top hat off, and salutes and all that stuff. Big time respect to all the nominees that didn't win but were there, because everybody that was nominated was exceptional, and it looked kind of interesting to me. It's like the Grammys got some things right. The atmosphere, the attention on the quality of the performances, the people that were announcing the awards and things like that. Queen Latifah, I think even MC Light's voice was over there narrating or doing a commentary, which was awesome. Every time it went to a commercial and came back, I believe you were hearing MC Light's voice, which I also thought was iconic and great, and also was beautiful that so much of it, the tone of it, was pushed by hip hop, which is also interesting, to counter the narrative that hip hop's on its way out, hip hop is dying, so on and so forth, which to me, no matter what, I'm always going to stay true and do what I love regardless, and I would encourage anyone to do the same, whether you're an aspiring artist or you're just doing it because you love it, whichever way. I mean, I would just keep doing what I did anyway, and even if something wasn't quite having the eyes on it and support from the mainstream, it would still be done in its focal points underground, and then build momentum again, yet to be an overpowering force regardless. So, always keep doing what you do. Leave no stone unturned. Just do what you do the best you can, the best that you are aware to your ability, and then beyond, right? Because the proof's in the pudding. As you can see, you just never know. If you stick to your guns, what can be achieved? Look at Kendrick, right? Look at what all these different people did up there. I love seeing Cher come out there, which I thought was awesome, and her being so real about her background and story and about who she is, which I thought was a little bit of a grit and rawness that was lost and it returned as well. Man, there's just so much out there. Lauryn Hill leading the all-star tribute to D'Angelo's passing. Rest in peace, D'Angelo. definitely missed and left his mark and changed things in so many ways, so soulful, so heartfelt, and so meaningful. And it felt like you were just in the room with him when he wrote the song, and he's just sharing it with you perfectly, right? Like just sharing it with you. And it's just such an intimate setting, no matter what, someone who could bring you into that space so intimately and in a good way. And so who better than Lauryn Hill, which can also do those things, to be the head of that, which I thought was just iconic and amazing. And of course, everyone's already talked about this stuff. I just wanted to get my chance to kind of touch on it a little bit. Man, what else? The performance by Tyler the Creator at the end tore it down. It was amazing. All the performances, the extravagant sets, and pyrotechnics and all kinds of stuff. Man, it was just really a cool event and an experience. Hats off to everybody that was nominated. Hats off to the winners. Just hats off to the whole production. It was actually very good. I usually skip all those kind of shows these days, and these times I'm always busy, and I just figure I don't want to divide my focus, but this time I gave it a shot and just didn't disappoint. I was glad I did. So maybe there was a point to that. Maybe that added to the fuel of my excitement, so I could share that with you today. Yeah, let's go. Oh yeah. That's where the stuff that goes through this brain. You know where I got that from? I think that was on SNL, a Saturday Night Live episode a long time ago. What's that girl's name? The actress Emma. Is it Emma Stone? Is it with the big? She got big pretty eyes and a nice smile and stuff. I think she's in that new movie Bodega or something like that, or Begonia. I can't remember, whatever, Begonia, I think it is. But yeah, I think she was doing that. She was holding a burger. This is what I remember. She holding a burger and she make that sound. And, oh yeah, like that. But yeah, we gonna keep it upbeat. And but yeah, man, great time for hip hop. Great time for music. Even the country stuff. Reba McEntire. It was Reba McEntire. And just I'm not good with names all the time, but I pay attention. You know what I'm saying? I pay attention. And the other girl, I don't know her name. I don't know her name either. I just are so bad with that stuff. But she's a cutie and she did her thing too. Everybody just was real strong. But so shouts out to all that stuff. It was amazing. And to move on to crazier things, even so, because we needed that push, that bump up where going into some crazy times. Also, before I get to that stuff, but also we got the Super Bowl coming up, so I'm amped up for that. I really don't have a dog in the fight this time, but still another upswing in energy, another uptick for energy and stuff like that. So I am looking forward to that. I might have me some chili dogs or something that's bad for me on that day. Maybe some Philly cheesesteaks. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Something that's bad but delicious. But I'm gonna enjoy it. Oh yeah, you got to do that sometimes. You stay healthy, take care of yourself, and all that stuff. But then sometimes you have to have what you want, what your heart desires. You need to have it. I know it's bad for you, but you gotta have a taste. And if you have to do alternatives and just try to make it tasty, right? That's what we do around here. So yeah, and then on to other things, weirder things, a little bit darker, unfortunately, but which one do you want first? Gotta pick your poison, baby. Pick your poison. Gotta be good with this stuff, But so yeah, as things get a little bit weird, regulations creeping in, the illusion, the regulations, what is it? Just basically control over the human, just trying to restrict what they can do with their free will and stuff like that. And everyone's starting to notice that and realizing that they're living in this complex structure that's been manufactured in order to get a certain result out of a human being, like they're a battery or a product. So they want you to turn, your energy into productivity for their specific cause, and people are seeing through that illusion and they're burnt out on it and they're not having it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, like, I've done older videos before, I'm a music guy, but I like to get weird over here sometimes too. And there's stuff when I was doing research that you just cannot shrug off. You can't just turn a blind eye to it. It's just too out there, like, and you can't believe that you have to maybe even consider it because it's so like Saturday morning cartoon, super villain, stupid, ridiculous stuff. It sounds ridiculous, but apparently it was always a thing. And in the older videos I talked about it, and in other videos I touch on it from time to time. I'm gonna touch on it again, where you can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you have people obsessed with mind control devices, portals, and immortality. And this goes back to stories about archons or shadow people or whatever. Do you know the basis behind what they were trying to do? They said it was at a time of technology and society, and the people uh, got a little bit too full of themselves. That's why in another verse we start feeling. But anyway, they got too full of themselves, started reaching. The people in power were obsessed with knowledge and power. So they would try to make these supposed portals. They're going to try to contact some higher intelligence to get advice on how themselves or their group could become more powerful and successful. Now, it might sound good on paper, but when you start to dissect a thought like that, you have to think about other parameters in the peripheral there. Like, so you're asking something that's older than you, smarter than you, for advice for you to gain more power and success. That just doesn't ring right. You know what I'm saying? That's not the business. That's not the bee's knees. Because usually in every story that we've ever seen or in life seen it play out, which kind of inspired the stories, which is when someone has more experience and power or ability than the other, they will exploit someone for their own to their own benefit, right? So the thing that they're asking advice from gives them little pieces of the knowledge or little pieces, but those pieces also are parts of a key that kind of like set it free, right? So it's like, yeah, you got your little genie lamp rub, but I'm free, right? So that's what I find strange about that too. I just thought I'd share that. Maybe that's something interesting to bring up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nevertheless, you can't make this stuff up, man. This is crazy, man. So maybe sometimes the illusion shatters for everybody, and they start realizing like, and this happens in history throughout time too, all the way back to Africa, like Egypt, and then throughout time, like it happens over and over where people are standing in that crowd. They hear the person, and we're gonna do da, yeah, and then we should do this, and then this is gonna be good for the people, yeah, and then they say something real left field, and then everybody's like, "What? Hold up, hold up," and then they keep going, and they hear it more offbeat, and they're like, it's yeah, and then once they hit that one note, that sour note again, then you got people grabbing the hands of their wife or significant others and family. Oh, come on, baby, I think we gonna get out of here. This person, I don't think they got it all together. I just don't feel right. Let's go on and get out of here. And that's when you have people separating from those ideologies because they start to realize that sometimes maybe the person that they've been listening to is not too tightly wrapped. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they see reality in a skewed measure that needs to be, we have to have a conversation about this. Let's talk about this first, like let's smooth this out first. But yeah, man, I thought that would be cool to touch on. But yeah, everybody is those people are obsessed with those things, which is weird. You can't make it up. Like, yeah, mind control devices for keeping people in line and having mental superiority over people, which they'll also withhold information and education from people and give them dummy facts and stuff and make them slower, right? And you have like these portal devices that they're obsessed with, and immortality. They want to live forever because of supposedly these beings that they talk to are like more on the immortal side or something. But nevertheless, the end result is always letting out something that shouldn't be here. So it's like, do we want to do this again? It doesn't seem like we have a good track record. It's like you know what I'm saying? It's like you're 0 for 3 or you're 0 for 4, kid. Like, you want to go for this again? Yeah, I think I got it. This time will be different. Like, I'm not sure, but I think that kid has an addictive personality and may be obsessive and has an issue. You know what I mean? So yeah, and to come up with these new, like, all the way down to the phrases of today, like some of the things that you hear, the terminology, disruptor, I'm a disruptor, like as if that's something that really makes any sense in this time. Like, I'm a disruptor, I'm a disruptor. So let's just, you was when you come in and you change the way something's been done when it's been working fine and steady. And we have a saying, say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But here's somebody who doesn't understand that clearly. So to the extent, just to make light of it, not saying to go all the way into it, but it is trying to change the structure of something that's been working just fine. For what reasons, to what end, nobody knows. But here we go, right? So buckle up, man. It gets really weird because most of the time it's nonsensical. physical. And so, I mean, what disruptor in your life, what would that be like? First of all, like, what is it? You're just sitting there, you're eating your cereal, you're eating your sandwich, and then someone comes take your plate away. Someone comes slap the spoon out of your hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm disrupting around here. I mean, that's about the equivalent when you see somebody crash out in a store and then throw things on the ground. They're basically being a disruptor too. So what is disruption without a course of action to correct things, right? It's just ridiculous. It's just destructive. It's not disruptive, it's destructive. You know what I'm saying? So I just, so those are weird things that are out there to be a disruptor. How about you be an innovator and figure out a new way to do something better than we did before you go and toss out the plan that's already working? You know what I'm saying? I would think would make some sense, but sometimes you can make too much sense out of here. But with that, man, make sure that so we got to keep up with all this stuff, and make sure when you're out there, you get enough rest, man, because it's going to take a lot of energy to make it through all these times, your patience and for your goals and everything like that. And you're going to need the energy. So make sure you take care of yourself, get the proper rest, as I've been burning the candles at both ends. And so it's no easy, not a simple thing, but make sure you do. I feel so much better because I had to get some rest. And so now I'm energized and I'm back. You know what I'm saying? But make sure that you're out there getting the rest that you need to keep up with all of these challenges. I think I'm going to cut this short because I'm running out of time, and I'll talk about the rest the next time. But take care, tune in, check out all the music. King A.D.S here with you always. Love to be here, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Much love. Peace.